So it looks like we're getting a whole bunch of new X-Men Marvel Legends soulmates, but are any of these new reveals any good, and are any of them worth your money, guys? Be sure you stick around until the end, soulmates, because we're going to talk about what X-Men characters we would love to see next. If you support what I do, please click subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single video of mine when it comes out. First action figure we're going to look at today, guys, is Corsair. This one is just okay. It's not really one that I have to have. It honestly seems like they could have done a lot more with relief elements on his costume and everything, but instead it just is the way it is. Head sculpt is alright. It's a little bland, but you know, it gets the job done. Next one we're going to look at, guys, is Fang. This one is alright. It's another character that I don't really know that I need, but he does look pretty decent. Like, he looks pretty much like what you see from the comic books, and the only thing that I think I would really gripe about is that, the ab crunch, that we're not seeing torso rockers, and also we're not seeing any butterfly joints on this one is kind of, not that great. Still, it's an okay looking representation for all the people who want this character. Next one we're going to look at, guys, is Kid Omega. Definitely not a character I need. This one looks like he's on the Amazing Fantasy body. Really bland release. Feels like they could have done more with the costume on this one, considering what his costume is in the source material. Next one we're going to look at, guys, is Monet, and this one is kind of alright. There's some good things going on here, but also it's very, very noticeable that they didn't bother to make her zipper go all the way down her stomach, and that is portrayed in the comic books. There is a zipper there, and they just omitted it here because you know how it is, they're reusing more lady parts on the action figure, so they just don't feel like doing it. The rest of the action figure looks pretty good though. A lot of the details that you see on her gloves and gauntlets are there, and the head sculpt is pretty cool. The hair looks nice. Yeah, this one's okay. Next one we're going to look at, guys, is Chamber. I kind of like this one. There's a lot of reuse going on here with the arms and legs because it's pretty obvious that they're using pinned joints on this, but it looks like his midsection and the jacket are pretty good looking. I kind of wish that they were doing something a little bit more with the arms at least, because you know, when you look at Art of Chamber, they don't quite look like that. They look like they got buckles and stuff on the sleeves. So yeah, it feels a little bit plain as is, but it might be worth looking into. Next action figure we're going to look at, guys, is Astonishing X-Men Cyclops. This feels like a pretty good representation of the character to me. Really like this one, and it really looks like they've put some time and effort into this one. Although I still see the midsection is got that ab crunch and waist swivel. Really wish they would do something with the torso swivel, the torso rocker. Even so, I still like this one pretty well. It looks like the Vulcan body with some retooling, and that's fine. I think that the Vulcan body is a pretty good fit for Cyclops. Next one we're going to look at, guys, is Astonishing X-Men Emma Frost, and this one I really like too. I think that this is a really well done version of the character, and well, it's definitely a step up from the one that we got way back at the beginning of Hasbro's first wave of Marvel Legends, the Annihilus wave. Now, that was a pretty bad action figure, won't lie about that. This one looks significantly better. The only thing about this one that kind of gets me a little bit is that they're still using those old style arms on this one. Also, I'm kind of wondering how she's going to manipulate her arms at all with the cape the way it is, because it doesn't look like it's fixed on her all that well. I might be wrong, it could be glued on, but I don't know, it looks like it might be a little bit flimsy. Gonna have to wait and see on this one. The next action figure we're going to look at, guys, is Outback Rogue. This one is a fan channel exclusive, comes with an extra pair of hands, and well, that's about it. I don't know that you really need all that much for Rogue, but considering what this action figure is, it's a little bland. And I say that because it looks like it's pretty much a straight repaint of the Shriek body. I'm kind of a fan of the 80s style X-Men team, so this one is kind of cool to see, but I really hate the way that everything is just painted on there, because it irons out all the little details, like, you know, those gloves, they're not really looking like gloves on her, and they should look like gloves. There should be a relief element there on her arm. Just the odd relief element to indicate some separation between shapes would really elevate this one, I think, and it would make it a better action figure. As it is, it feels really flat and kind of unappealing because of that. The next ones we're going to look at, guys, are the X-Men 3-packs. There are 2 of them that we're going to get. One has Gambit, Banshee, and Psylocke, and this one I kind of like because it feels like there's a lot of stuff included in the package. All the characters look like they're put together pretty well. The other 3-pack has Storm, Forge, and Jubilee. This one doesn't feel as packed with stuff as the other 3-pack does, and also Forge apparently is reusing his leg from the Caliban wave, so I don't know about that. You can tell because it has pins in it, and also this doesn't seem like it's the most proportional of action figures. I don't know, this one's okay, but if I were going to choose one of these 3-packs to go with, I would probably go with the one that has Gambit, Banshee, and Psylocke. Both of these are fan channel and Amazon exclusives, and they're also going for $78 a piece. And by the way, that is a really crazy price for these. I mean, when we get down to brass tacks, guys, this is essentially an entire wave of X-Men action figures that's being released with no build-a-figure, of course, and also a jacked up price, because this is more than $25 an action figure here. I don't know, guys, there's a lot of reuse going on with these, which is understandable because of the way the costumes are, but it doesn't feel like a very good deal. And the last action figure we're going to see here from the X-Men Soulmates is the Blob. This one is a pretty great figure, I think. I really like the Blob, and I think that he's a decided improvement on the 2007 action figure. Regarding the design on this one, I have absolutely no notes. I think that they pretty much nailed it here, and it feels like the Blob. I guess the only thing that's really on my mind regarding the Blob is that he's $56. $56 for this? I don't know, man. Doesn't feel like $56 worth of action figure to me. I mean, I can't look at this and then look at a DC Multiverse Mega figure and say that the Blob is worth more than the Mega figure is, because honestly, there's a lot more sculpting that goes into the average DC Multiverse action figure than the average Marvel Legend now. The Blob is still pretty cool, but looking at the price tag on this one, I'd say that it's probably better just to wait for this one to go on sale. Well, Soulmates, now that we've seen all these X-Men Marvel Legends, what X-Men characters do we want to see next? Well, personally, I would love to see the mid-80s style X-Men and their designs, including Colossus, as well as Shadowcat, and of course, don't forget Rogue. And if they want to do a brand new Wolverine action figure that has a torso rocker, I think that would be pretty great. Well, Soulmates, what do you think of these X-Men reveals? Are these ones that you have to have for your collection? Are you kinda on the fence about some but not others for various reasons, or do you just not enjoy any of them for whatever reason that might be? I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think of these reveals down in the comments, and be sure you let me know what X-Men characters you want to see next from Marvel Legends. If you want to learn more about the new Marvel Legends Kraven the Hunter reveal, you can check out that video here, Soulmates.